Hey, come on in. My name is Justin Bradshaw. I am, what am I? Let's see. My name is Justin Bradshaw. I am the communications IT guy at the Climate Coalition. I'm also an IT guy in real life. I'm also a dad, a triathlete, a dog owner. For people who feel that doing their own personal actions on climate change is a burden, I totally understand where you're coming from. There's ways that we do things now that are just easier than changing the way we do things. However, here's what I would say. The ways that we have at our disposal to do things better, they're better. They're better in pretty much every way. They're win-win scenarios. For example, riding a bike to work. Yes, maybe it takes a little longer to get to work, but if you get an e-bike, not so much longer, and you get a little exercise. So you win by not using as much carbon, and you win by getting some exercise, which is something that most people complain they don't have enough time to do. I'm really excited to show you some of the things that I do to reduce my carbon footprint and that you can do too. I'm standing here right now in front of my favorite part, my solar system, right? That goes up through that tube up to the roof. This is my inverter. The solar power comes into here, goes into this thing called the backup gateway that Tesla made, and that goes into the grid. It goes into the home panel over there, and it goes into my power wall. It powers my home during the most expensive and carbon intensive hours of the day. This is my natural gas meter. Right now you have to put in all this extra stuff to make sure you don't hit the natural gas meter with your car. So when I know that I have accomplished my goal, I will be literally removing this meter off of my house. I can't wait. The second most impactful thing that I have done in my life is replace both of my gas cars with electric cars. And I was able to do that with just one electric charger, because this is the regular sort of electric car charger that I use for that Chevy Bolt right there. But when I want to plug in my other electric car, a Tesla Model 3, I just use this little adapter, click it in there, plug it into the other car. So another thing that I've done that's kind of appeals to my geeky side is I've installed a sense meter, and they measure all the power that my home is using at any given moment. So another part of my home life that I've done to reduce my carbon emissions is to create kind of a smart home. I've replaced all the bulbs in the entire house with LEDs, and I used resilientslow.org as a tool to figure out what are the things that can impact my carbon emissions the most. Well, one of them is making sure lights are off. And so what I did is I installed smart switches all throughout my house. I can use Siri to tell me to turn them on and stuff. It's very cool. And I just wanted to show this because this is my sort of information panel here. I do this professionally to help my clients do this kind of thing to reduce their carbon emissions and also build a smart home. So one of the things I'm about to do to my house to reduce my carbon footprint a lot, because I have a gas furnace that heats our house. So I'm going to upgrade the gas furnace to a heat pump, and that's going to go, there's the fan system is going to go right here. And I'm going to have air conditioning and heat that are both electric that cost me less money. Okay, and so the final thing I'm going to be doing in my house is to replace this old gas water heater with a heat pump water heater. So in my quest to get all the gas out of my house, this and my heat pump HVAC are the next big things. After that, the only things I have to do are my dryer and my stove.